What's up everybody, it's your boy TJ, and in this video I will be giving my spoiler review for Dear Evan Hansen. The film follows high school student Evan Hansen, who suffers from social anxiety, who is aching for understanding and belonging amid the chaos and cruelty of the social media age. He soon embarks on a journey of self-discovery when a letter he wrote for a writing exercise falls into the hands of a grieving couple whose son took his own life. The movie is based off the Broadway play of the same name. It even has Platt reprising his role as Evan Hansen. The play won 6 Tony Awards out of 9 nominations, so I guess you could say a lot of people liked it. Speaking of Platt, I'm sure he did great in the Broadway play, but when the camera is so up close to your face in a movie, you can tell that the dude is like 30 years old playing a high school student. After a while, I would forget about it, and then every like 30 minutes or whatever, I'll get reminded that, yo, this dude looks old as fuck. And that's not to say that I didn't like his performance. You know, I thought he did great as Evan Hansen. Like, it looked like he really had anxiety, especially like when he went up to do speeches. Like, the dude just looked like he didn't do well with people. But I just couldn't get out of my head that this guy looks 30 years old. So when it comes to the actual story, I wasn't really a fan. I mean, you have your main character, Evan Hansen, who, you know, obviously is dealing with some mental health issues, social anxiety, he's super isolated, it's hard for him to make friends, and usually with a main character that has those traits, you want to root for him, you want to see him overcome whatever obstacle is in their way, but he's low-key the villain? That's the thing that I didn't really like. I get that he didn't have a lot of friends, he didn't have no social connection, but with this lie and this letter, you know, he was pretty much the puppeteer and everybody else was a puppet. Like, that's kind of evil. Imagine you're watching a movie and you feel sorry for the main character. He's living this lie, he has all these friends, everyone knows him now, but you know it's gonna blow up in his face. And that isn't something I wanted to feel. I didn't want to think, oh shit, this is gonna go really bad for him, and because of his mental health issues, like, it might go really bad. When it came to the songs, I enjoyed them. I did not like them, but because of the subject matter and, you know, they're pretty sad or dark in nature, this wasn't a soundtrack that I wanted to like listen to in my car and feel depressed about. But at least the songs weren't trash, so you know, they were good for the movie. It is still a little weird that you have a movie about mental health and suicide and you turned it into a musical about a main character that you feel sorry for, but he's kind of the bad guy you don't really want to root for. Wow, that was pretty much my overall thoughts of the movie right there. I will say I really enjoyed Amy Adams' performance as the mom of the kid who took his own life. Throughout the movie, you know, she's a grieving mom who is trying to find the good and the light out of her son, who had a reputation of not being such a nice guy. And you could just feel for that, you know? You could feel the guilt that she had, that, you know, maybe she didn't do enough as a mom, and you just felt so bad for her. I did hear that a lot of people cried when they watched this movie. I didn't personally cry, but there was a scene where the dad of the kid who took his own life, he didn't cry or, you know, show any type of sadness throughout the whole movie. And there was one part where he finally broke down. That made me teary-eyed a little bit. I was like, oh shit. For the most part, I think everyone who was cast in this movie did a great job in the role they were given. I just didn't like the story. Like, the movie didn't even really have a happy ending. Like, I don't understand what was the overall message. I really wanted to like this movie, especially with the subject matter, and I do like musicals. It just wasn't really my cup of tea. So unfortunately, if I have to give Dear Evan Hansen a score out of 10, I'm going 5 out of 10. I will say that I think this movie would have benefited from being released on Netflix rather than in theaters. The audience of this movie is definitely the Netflix community. I feel like if it was on Netflix, it'd be trending on Twitter, all that good stuff. It's almost like every high school drama should be on Netflix. That does it for my review for Dear Evan Hansen. Let me know in the comments section below if you liked it, if you're planning on watching it. Don't forget to sub to the channel, like this video, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.